go ahead and select that I, yes, have my NSLDS file, and I'll select one. And so it has one loan, and you'll notice a message here, you have a loan in default. And the note says I should look at my loan insights for more information. So when I click on loan insights, it tells me you have a loan in default. Why does this matter? And how can we help? And this is the loan details down here. Closing this back up, if you were in the SAVE program, you would see a similar message here that says you're in the SAVE program. Here's what you need to know. So let's move on. Next, I'm going to be asked, do I have any private loans? If I do, I can enter them manually, or I can import a credit report. But typically, people enter these manually from a statement. And again, with the vast majority of student loans being federal, this isn't common, but it can be used if you're interested. I'm going to skip this for now and move on. The next thing we do is we get a handful of customized questionnaires. We're at the questionnaire stage. The questionnaire is custom depending on your situation. Generally speaking, we want to know, are you asking about somebody else's loans or your own? You should select no here. I'm not looking at someone else. This is me. The other things that the questionnaire is going to want to know is a little bit about, are you employed or not? What is your occupation? They're going to want to know a little bit about, do you have disabilities? Do you have any disputes with the school? So it's dynamic depending on your situation, but generally speaking, it's about 8 to 10 questions at the most. I'll be an employed person. I'll be working, I'm not disabled. I will be working full time as let's make me a medical technician. So I'll be in healthcare, and I will be my high school and professional license. And I've never filed bankruptcy, although if you have, you should select it here. This is generally within the last 8 years. Have you filed for bankruptcy? And then, do I think I can dispute my loans? Disputing loans doesn't mean I don't like the amount. It means that the school is saying you owe something that you don't think you owe. There's paperwork for that, and SDS can guide you through it if that's the situation. More often than not, this is no. So I'm going to select no and move on. The next thing, because I have such a low income for my family size, it's asking me if I'm having any of these issues: wage garnishment, SSI offset, tax income offset. I'm going to say I have none of the above. Keep it simple for now. And is my job in a nonprofit? I'm going to say yes, it is a nonprofit. And how long have I been working there? So I'm going to say I've been working here for 3 years or 36 months. Okay. You may be eligible for public service loan forgiveness. That has an obligation or a plan of 10 years or 120 months. This is essentially asking you, do you plan on doing this for the full 10-year period? You're not committing to anything, but right now, I love my job. I'm going to say yes. And do I estimate that my monthly expenses are greater than my household income? I'm going to keep it simple and say no right now, because I'm really just wanted to show you the default. Um, can I afford my basic living expenses? Yes. And have I attempted all of these? Let me see. I've made payments when I can. I decreased my expenses. I kept in touch with my servicer, and I applied for alternative payment plans. So, do my minimal standards regards to basic living? Yes, I do. We do maintain, we live frugally, shall we say. Have I completed a loan rehab program to come out of default? I'm going to say I'm unsure. And can I afford at minimum 90% of the original principal of the defaulted amount? I'm going to say I don't know. I don't think so. So all I've done with these questions is give my specific answers to this, and this has helped SDS shrink down the possible options. So here we're presented with all of the answers that I just entered. If I want to make any changes to these answers, I click over here, edit it, and it'll carry me through any other questions that need to be modified as a result. Let's assume I answered everything fine. I go next. So we go through the quick analysis. This is just the SDS thinking, and we come out with this plan. So here's your student loan path. Number one, we're going to explore loan cancellation opportunities. Number two, we're going to resolve loans in default. Number three, we're going to choose a monthly plan. Now, one of the things you may notice is that choose a monthly plan is currently locked. Why is that? This is basically telling you, okay, these are your steps to loan relief. You're going to explore cancellation. We're going to resolve the loans in default. We're going to choose a monthly plan, and we're going to complete that plan. Now, why is this grayed out? Because you must get your loans in default back into current status before you can choose a monthly payment plan. So SDS is not going to let you pick a monthly payment plan because you can't do anything with it until the loans are out of default. So let me just say, okay, they've shown me a plan. Am I ready to go? Sure. Let's see what we've got. So number one, I could select bankruptcy. Now I'm going to say this is not interested, that I'm not interested, but this is showing up because of my very low salary. And, I don't have a lot of debt, but I do have debt in the student loan, and I've got a family size of 4. This is saying you might want to consider that cancellation. So I'm going to select that and move forward. Now, let's take a look at the default resolution of federal loans. This is the important part here. So a couple of things are happening. Number one, SDS is recognizing that you have loans in default. So it's essentially saying we've got to get this fixed before we can take you into any monthly repayment plans. So this is a loan rehabilitation payment plan. This is the 15% plan, and it's 15% of discretionary income. And I'm imagining that discretionary income, which is calculated behind the scenes, is so low that this is being set for $5. So this amount each month for 10 months makes your loan current, and that then removes default from your credit file. And that allows you to then go back in here in that 9 or 10 months and say, okay, now that my loan is current, I want to go ahead and apply for a repayment plan, something that I can afford. That's assuming that you haven't gone to bankruptcy court and tried to get rid of the loan or discharge the loan that way. So let's select this plan and we'll move forward. And this is our summary. So you selected the loan rehab 15% plan. Number one, this is how you resolve your default. So there's almost 10 million people in default. This is what SDS has done to show you what to do, how to get out of it. And the instructions are to follow. But this is a summary. First, you're going to resolve your default. This is what helps you avoid wage garnishment, collection pressure. So while you're in the rehabilitation program, nothing bad can happen from a wage garnishment, which we expect to start up again in 2027, and tax offsets, things like this. You do have loans in default. You need to return to active repayment status, and this is essentially your plan at this point. If you continue to filing tools, that is so. Once again, this is everything that's happened now has been no charge. There was no credit card up front. There was no payment. There's no obligation. SDS does not sell your contact information to make money. There's no obligation here at all. If you decide to continue, you would then continue to the payment page and select one of these. You are not obligated to, but this fee of $60 is a standard plan, which gives you the forms, the instructions, and the tools to complete your paperwork and make that plan a reality. If you want a live counselor, that would be a $100 uplift. So this second program here does add live counseling. This one has expert counseling through chat and all the tools. So they're both identical, except on the right, there is a live counselor that you would schedule through a scheduling tool. Now, for the purposes of this demonstration, let's set this aside